Hello everyone, welcome to Homework Help. If you find the videos useful, please subscribe to the channel. So in this video, we'll solve these two problems based on the concepts of linear combination. So let's start with the first problem. Solve for a, b and c in the following equation. So we have to find the values of a, b and c using this vector equation. So the first step is to do the scalar multiplication for these two vectors on the left side of the equation. So we'll multiply each component in the first vector by 2, and we'll multiply each component in the second vector by 3. Now we can add the two vectors on the left side. So we'll add their x components, y components, and z components. So the x components are 2a and 3c. So that's the x component of the combined vector. Now the y components are 6 and 21, and 6 plus 21 is 27. And the z components are 2c and 3c, and 2c plus 3c is equal to 5c. Now these two vectors are equal to each other if their x components, y components, and z components are equal to each other. So we will use this to write three equations for this vector equation. So we can equate the x components. So this is our first equation, and our second equation is for y components, and our third equation is for z component. So we can use this third equation to find the value of c. We can divide each side by 5. So we get c equals 3. So this is the final answer for the value of c. Now we can sub in this value of c in our second equation to find the value of b. So we can isolate b by subtracting 3 from both sides. 27 minus 3 is 24. So this is the final answer for b. Now we can solve for a by subbing in c as 3 in the first equation. So 3 times 3 is 9, and now we can subtract 9 from both sides. 5 minus 9 is negative 4, and now we can divide both sides by 2. So we get a equals negative 2. So this should be the final answer for this problem. Now we can solve the second problem. Write the vector negative 10, negative 34 as a linear combination of the vectors negative 1, 3 and 1, 5. So this means that we have to find two constants such that when we multiply them with these two given vectors, we get the vector negative 10, negative 34. So let's assume those constants are a and b. So we'll multiply the first vector negative 1, 3 by a, and the second vector by b. and the result of these two scalar multiplications and addition should be the target vector. So this is the equation we have to solve to find the values of a and b, and then we'll use those values to write the linear combination equation. So the first step is to do the scalar multiplication for the two vectors on the left side. We'll multiply the first vector by a, and we'll multiply the second vector by b. Now we can add the vectors on the left side. So we'll add their x components and y components. Now these two vectors will be equal to each other if their x components are the same and their y components are the same. Now we can use this information to write two equations with a and b. So our first equation will be for x components, and our second equation will be using the y component. So these are the two equations we have to solve to find the values of a and b. So together they make a linear system. So we can use elimination or substitution methods to solve this linear equation. So for this linear system, we can use substitution method. We can isolate b from the first equation, and we can do that by moving the a term to the right side. So that will make the a term positive. And now we can do the substitution in the second equation. So we can replace b with a minus 10. Now we can simplify this equation by distributing 5 into the parentheses. So we'll multiply both terms by 5. Now we can add 50 to both sides. And 3a plus 5a is equal to 8a. And on the right side, negative 34 plus 50 is equal to 16. And now we can divide both sides by 8. So a is equal to 2. So this should be the final answer for the value of a. Now we can use this value of a to find the value of b. So b is equal to negative 8. Now we can use these values of a and b to write the vector negative 10, negative 34 as a linear combination of the two vectors. So this should be the final answer for this problem. So these are the steps you have to keep in mind to solve a problem like this one. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.